Hello everyone, I'm Giselle and welcome to our second revision workshop. We're thrilled to have you here today and we hope that this session resonates with each of you. Don't forget to visit our website and all our resources and past episodes and follow us on social media for the latest strategies and insights around our monthly topics. Today's session covers 3 essential topics: carer wellness and self-care with Dr. Dania Nambiar, empowering leadership habits for carers with Maxine Driscoll, and lastly, fall prevention from podiatrist Tom Quinton. We'll dive into top tips from each expert offering valuable insights to enhance your caregiving journey. Enjoy the session. In our episode on carer wellness and self-care, we were joined by Dr. Dania Nambiar, the founder of Prana Ayurveda. With over 15 years of healthcare experience, Dania has guided countless individuals towards holistic wellness in mind, body and spirit. She explains that as we age, metabolism slows and digestion becomes less efficient, making personalised nutrition crucial for overall health. Dania encourages focusing on whole seasonal foods and supporting gut health while also incorporating self-care practices like meditation and breathwork to boost both mental and physical well-being. Here are some key highlights from the episode.
Today, for various reasons, we have chosen to take key things out of our diet, so for example, we've taken fat out of our diet. Like I was born in the 80s. I remember in the 90s, everything was fat-free, right? Like you could get fat-free anything. And my family, we got into like fat-free or low-fat milk and stuff like that. Now we know fat is essential. Good quality fat is essential. And I often tell people, where we need fat the most? Your brain. Your brain is a fatty organ. It requires fat to function. Your entire nervous system is coated in a layer of fat. And many older people, a lot of these neurological, so dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, those are neurological conditions that come sometimes because they are the people who've tried to, I'm getting to middle age, I'm putting on weight, I'm just going to take all the fat out of the diet. And what do you see? You see neurological problems happening because good fat is not something that makes us put on fat. That's metabolic issues. Inflammation is what is actually killing us. And in my work, so for example, I recently read a report, so the Australian Institute of Health and Welfare, they do annual mortality trends. So, what are Australians dying of? What are we growing old from? And while most people at the end of life, right? We don't die from it, but most people who, especially if they're passing away before the age of 80, they have multiple chronic diseases. So they've got diabetes, they've got hypertension, they've got obesity, they've got high cholesterol, they've got heart disease. And now even standard medical practice has recognized that all of these different diseases are contributing to the death. Yes, you may have died of the heart attack, but underneath that, the inflammation caused by all of these multiple factors has meant that your quality of life in the lead up to your death has been poor, maybe for 10 years, And these chronic diseases, they don't just stay, they get worse, and they get worse, and then you get put on medication. Now, one of the things I will say is we talk about chronic disease as if we inherit it. And I am going to suggest, from a holistic health point of view, you don't inherit anything.
It might increase your risk of getting something.
Risk is different, yes. But, one of the lines I often say is the genetics may load the gun, but it is your lifestyle that pulls the trigger.
Next, we had Maxine Driscoll, founder of Think Strategic and author of Leadership Really Matters. Maxine, with over 35 years of experience, is passionate about empowering leaders and carers to thrive in their roles. Maxine talks about recognising personal strengths, embracing continuous learning and practising self-leadership. She emphasises inspiring and empowering teams over control while also maintaining self-care to prevent burnout. Maxine advocates for balancing personal and professional goals, guided by frameworks like the Big 9 Goals to nurture growth and well-being. Here are some insightful moments from the episode.
Some of the common signs of burnout, and maybe this is really worth training your carers in to say, hey, watch out for this. So common signs of burnout, it's physical and emotional stress, but it's low job satisfaction. Mm-hmm. So if you're going home and you're not really happy with what you're doing through the day, I mean, this is your life too. YOLO, #YOLO, you only live once. Yeah. Why are you going to keep doing a job that you're getting bitter and twisted about? Feeling frustrated, or you're feeling judged by your clients. Now that's a really difficult one, because when you're a carer, and you might be caring either for a loved one if you're a volunteer, or caring for someone, and sometimes some people in their age, whether they're a bit bitter or whether they've got dementia or Alzheimer's, they can say really horrible things to you, and it's very hard to deflect that. Yeah. You know, because you're a caring person, you care. So it's your big 9 goals in life, and whether it's a documentary or a book or travel or, you know, leaving a legacy for your children, it's just so simple. So the first one always has to be about your mindset, because if your mindset isn't right, you'll never get to the stage of thinking, I'm going to do that, and when, and plan it out. And it's also every day your mindset is about, is it a positive mindset or a negative mindset? Are you loving your career? Are you loving your voluntary caring role? Because if your mindset's not right, if you fall into the trap of that negativity bias, which we're all, because of our amygdala and the back of our brain, it's called our reptilian brain, we're all preconditioned because of flight and fight and survival. It's really easy to be negative. We've actually got to try hard to be positive. So your first big life goal is your mindset. And then your second one is your health and well-being, which we've talked about with burnout. And if you don't look after those first 2 goals, you'll never achieve the travel or the documentary. And then, of course, the third one is it's all around your relationships and your family and the people you care about. So you've got to look after all of those things. So when you think a negative thought, think, okay, what's the opposite of that? And so it might be, I'm caring. So, for example, my mother and father passed away some time ago, and it was very hard, and we were looking after them, and we ended up putting them into an aged care facility. But I did all of my homework, and I looked at the one that had accreditation and that I knew that they had good carers. And I was, thinking, is this the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? And I was judging myself. And then I thought, hang on, that's all negative. I'm going to flip it. I'm going to use my oppositional thinking, and I'm going to say, I'm going to do everything I can do based on love. That's what I'm going to do, because I love my parents. And so when you flip your thinking and be aware and make sure you're thinking, your self-talk is positive thinking, it makes so much difference.
Huge.
It's about interrupting that pattern, right?
Yes.
Finally, in our episode on fall prevention, we welcome podiatrist Tom Quinton. With extensive experience in the aged care and disability sectors, Tom focuses on helping his clients maintain mobility and independence through personalised care. Tom highlighted factors like ageing, muscle loss and chronic conditions that increase the risk of falls. He recommends strength and balance training, regular podiatry checkups and proper footwear. He also addresses the fear of falling, encouraging those at risk to participate in confidence-building programs that promote physical activity and mental well-being. Here are some key takeaways from the episode.
So I'm so curious, what should I do then from my age to make sure my foot are nice, healthy and strong?
Yeah, so the best thing that you can do is staying active and healthy. From sort of 30 to 40, middle age, we start to lose our muscle strength and our bone mass can also reduce. And this can have a particular impact on women as well. So going through menopause, you get a more rapid rate of muscle and bone loss, so more likely to get osteoporosis. And it's weaker bones that are going to lead to those major impacts of having a fall, so fractures. So from throughout your lifespan, staying active and healthy is going to be the most important thing that you can do. As you're getting older, if you're feeling like you are at risk of falls or you're finding it harder to get around, a big sign that you're at risk of falls is having difficulty getting out of a chair. So if you need to use your hands or something like that to get you out of the chair, that's a sign that you're going to be at a bigger risk of having a fall. So if you're noticing things like that, talking to your GP about possible programs that are available in the area, seeing an exercise physiologist or a physiotherapist to help with strength and balance training. That's been shown to structured strength and balance programs to reduce falls, people at risk by up to 30%. So definitely really worthwhile. But structured strength programs can be very safe, and they're going to improve your muscle mass and your bone strength. Tai Chi is also really good. That's been shown to improve your balance and reduce your risk of falls. So
you want to be purposeful in the exercise that you want to do, as opposed to just stay active and do any sports.
Yeah, so staying active and healthy is going to be great, but in terms of specific falls prevention, maintaining your muscle and bone mass. So a structured strength program, and that can be done throughout your life.
Thank you all for tuning in today. We're so grateful to have you here, and we hope that you found today's session valuable. Please be sure to check our website for more resources and blog posts, and share these insights with your networks and support other carers and caregivers. See you next month.